Welcome to REMelations. We're your hosts. I'm Mindy.
And I'm Brooke.
REMelations is a dream interpretation podcast where we read listeners' dreams, from nightmares to the just plain bizarre. Join us as we give you our comedic interpretation of your fucked up REM cycle. This week, I'm sharing one of my own dreams about snake walks and voodoo dolls.
And we're also reading catnaps about owls, clowns, turkey smoothies.
Happy Thanksgiving, everybody.
And beauty pageants.
We're also doing some listener questions and would you rathers because it's our 1-year anniversary.
Uno, baby.
Yes. Here we go, bestie. Let's get started.
Woo!
So here we are. You are not in your regular recording space. You're in your new place. Exciting.
I am.
You made
in
the
my
big
new
move.
place. I am still in a bathroom. So we'll see how it sounds as it records.
You could probably, just because you were in there's so much brick in your last place that you could probably move out of your bathroom now, I'm thinking.
I might be able to. I actually do have a desk and everything. So, I mean, I could go in the smaller room and actually feel like, I don't know, I like being next to the toilet. It's convenient.
It's nice. It is
I've
nice.
gotten used to this setup. It's been, guess what, Mindy? 1 year.
It's been a year.
1 year.
Well, here's the funny thing.
Yes.
I'm going to backtrack for 1 second.
Yes, please. I'm
actually recording in my daughter's bedroom because my youngest daughter's having a sleepover. And so they're all in the basement where I normally record. And so I am like in a different room today. So I'm just like all off. I'm all off.
All off. It's off.
I know, it's
but
different.
Why are you having a slumber party on a Tuesday, you cool cat? Like, woo, what's going on?
Yeah, not that cool. No, the kids don't have school tomorrow because of Thanksgiving.
Oh, that's
and so
nice.
They had an early release day, and so the youngest asked if she could have a couple girlfriends over to spend the night. So I said, sure, why not?
Aw, you're
and I'm
going
to be recording. So, and then after this recording, I got to go French braid some hair because they wanted me to French braid their hair. So I still got stuff to do after this,
You're busy.
And then,
you're busy.
Beside the whole Thanksgiving thing, it's busy.
gosh.
It's busy. Well,
guess why this episode is so special today?
that, my dear, is because this is our 1-year anniversary episode.
I got in the red.
Did you peek?
I peeked.
Did you got in the red?
I got in the
So
red.
it's so funny that you're paying attention to it now.
I'm sorry. Woo!
Just if you feel that excitement, lean back.
Lean back.
Woo!
It
This is our
It's
1-year
1
anniversary
year.
episode.
Wow.
But here's the funny thing. So I actually got it wrong. And you know how I got it wrong? We talk about my dyslexia on this podcast all the time, right? Yep. And so when I looked at when our first episode was, it was 11/15/21.
Okay.
November 15th, 2021.
Okay.
But I read it as November 21st, 11/21. And so that's why I'm off. So, bestie, might be a couple weeks late or something for this, but blame my dyslexia. It's okay. We're here. 1 year of doing this. Isn't that crazy?
Happy birthday to you. Just kidding.
Mr. President.
Mr. Podcast.
Doing your sexy voice, Brooke.
I don't know what that is.
To Mr. Podcast.
I don't have one.
Yes. Today's going to be fun. We're going to read one of my dreams, a really short, sweet, weird one I had this week.
Yay.
And then we have some fun listener dreams. And then after that, it's a grab bag of fuckery.
Grab bag of fuckery. My favorite thing in the world.
Who doesn't want to put their hand into that?
Ooh, I'd pay a nickel for that. You see what comes out. Remember like those old Oktoberfests where you'd like have to give them your ticket and you'd throw like a fishing pole.
Oh, like the fishing
edge,
game.
and they'd clip like some cheap ass toy and you'd get it back. And you'd be like, that cost a nickel.
That is the grab bag of fuckery.
That is the
They should
grab
just
bag
rename
of
it for all
fuckery.
those church festivals. Should just rename it to what it really is.
You know what?
Screw you. It's not called a fishing game.
Aren't they all supposed to be about honesty? I think the crab bag of fuckery is more honest.
You get a mortal sin. You get some wine. You get a Eucharist. You get
the
sin.
blood of Christ.
Oh, Lord, help us, literally. Okay.
Sorry.
I've got one to start with. I have one of mine.
Okay.
And
yes.
I'll preface this with it's been a stressful week for me. We've got a lot going on with the holidays. We're doing Thanksgiving here. Just overall, I've been in a funk. So it's no surprise to me that this is a stress dream.
Yeah.
But this just happened like 2 nights ago. So brand fresh new, just for you. Spank that, baby, it's new.
I think I was leaned back far enough for that one. I was way over here.
Lean back. Good. All right, you ready for this?
Oh, yeah.
All right. I was somewhere on vacation of some sort. Think Bayou.
Bayou?
A bayou, yeah.
Okay.
Like swampy.
Yeah,
watery.
doesn't sound like a great vacay, but all right.
Yeah. My kids and I were walking along the water trying to get back to some sort of bait shop we saw in the distance.
Oh.
We were using rocks as stepping stones, so not to get our feet wet, although I was barefoot, so that really didn't make sense. Rock to rock. Just like stepping rock on rock. Just
This sounds dangerous.
one of my kids mentioned there were snakes around us, and I looked down to see a snake the exact same color as the rocks. Browns, tans, oranges, right next to my foot. I take another step. Another snake next to that rock. I tell my kids to hurry up and to walk faster. Every step I take, I look closer, and there's a snake right next to the rock, about to bite my foot.
I don't like this dream.
Okay. We make it back to the bait shop without getting bit.
Oh my God, you did? Whew.
We walk inside, and I start to tell the owner about the snakes, but he doesn't seem interested.
Okay.
He's like, "You're in the bayou, ma'am. There are snakes here.
There are snakes here.
One thing doesn't belong in the bayou, and that's you and your children. Time to go home. Go back to Chicago."
You're the ones out of place here, lady.
So I realize it's time for us to go, and we walk out of the bait shop towards our car that's parked in a gravel parking lot.
Oh, no.
All of the kids are ahead of me, and they get in the car, so I'm just a few steps behind them. I then notice a doll face down on the gravel of this parking lot. It's very dirty, like it had been left there and abandoned for a long time.
Leave it alone, Mindy. Don't touch it, Mindy. Don't.
It had a tattered long black dress, ripped tights, black hair and braids, just all disheveled. It was like an American Girl size, so like an 18-inch doll.
Like a big doll.
But face down. Big doll, face down. Now I'm wondering more about this doll and why it was left here abandoned. I get closer, and I use my foot to gently kick the doll to turn it over slightly so I could see the face.
Oh, God.
It doesn't flip over, but all of a sudden, I get a realization it's a voodoo doll.
Oh, no.
It's here, and it's meant to be hexed on me. Like it was my voodoo doll. All of a sudden, large wood chips of all different shapes and sizes were flying towards the doll like a magnet.
What?
Stabbing it in the sides, ripping it further into threads. I start to run at full speed back towards the bait shop. I wasn't sure if the owner had cursed me or what, but I wanted to find out what was happening.
Yeah, and what did you do?
As I'm running, I'm in pain, dodging these wood chips that are all still flying towards us. I look over my shoulder to look at the doll. The doll is now running after me.
No!
Right on my heels. The scary, pasty, beat-up face of this demonic Wednesday Addams doll was right about to touch me.
Ew.
And then I woke up.
Oh, no.
What the fuck?
That's creepy.
such a stressful dream. But I just remember this doll so vividly.
Snakes and creepy dolls? Mindy, that's too much.
Voodoo dolls? No, it was just like, it was so
Snakes?
tattered and like, just like kept, I just knew it was like, whatever was happening to this doll
You knew it's been around for like centuries. This
gonna
doll's
hurt me.
been
Yes.
around.
Oh, it was awful.
This
It was
doll
absolutely
had
awful.
An evil presence. Oh.
And I don't know who wants to hex me. And if you did, please stop. Can you just please stop? My week is stressful enough. I don't need your hex.
Please remove it. Please remove the curse.
I've got to make
Please and
a
thank
Thanksgiving dinner and everything. So
She does.
I got a lot on my plate. I don't need a hex
And she
voodoo doll
wants
chasing
everyone
me.
else to have lots on their plates too. So you need to leave her alone so she can feed them. Please.
My God.
Mindy, yeah, I would say you're a little stressed.
A little
But
bit.
I'm not gonna. I was just gonna start analyzing. I'm like, nope, not gonna do that.
No,
But yeah, I'd say you're a little
tell me
stressed.
what you think. Tell me what you think.
Well, it's the snakes. The snakes. There's so
Yeah, the
many
snakes
snakes.
again. And they were like
So
deceitful
close.
snakes. They were like, they were in the same color of where I was stepping. So it was like very
Yeah.
sneaky snakes. The sneaky
and
sneaky
who
snakes.
are they? Like, who are these sneaky snakes in your life? Why are they? They're just kind of there to almost because they didn't bite you or your children,
Right.
which is good. But
Just enough
it's
to
like
scare me.
their presence is known enough to add to the stress of the situation.
Absolutely.
I kind of like some shit stir snakes.
Shitster snakes and a voodoo doll that looked like Wednesday Addams.
know.
Yeah. Interesting. Interesting for sure. Well, we got some
Catnaps.
some listener dreams and stories that have been sent in. Okay. Well, I can get started since I've
Yes, please.
my voice
please.
is already warmed up, okay?
It's lovely.
This one's from Clint, and Clint is from Evansville, Indiana.
Oh, okay.
This morning I dreamed that I was buying a Christmas card for my wife, and I found one that was like 4 or 5 feet tall, but the normal width of a card. So like this wide, but like 5 feet tall.
What kind of envelope do you get for that?
A 5 foot tall envelope by a regular card size width. It had a giant elf head on top. And I was going to write about how much I loved her down the whole thing.
Wow, he has a lot to say. That's sweet, Clint.
Nothing says I love you like a giant elf head. Yeah, it is.
Oh,
sweet,
this
though.
elf head. Oh, it's so romantic. This is the card.
I checked the price tag and it cost $8.95. So I head to the checkout.
That's a deal.
It is a deal because you get those little ones now.
That are all
I paid
fancy.
$7.99 for a card this week.
You're like, I can't spend this much money on cards and gifts.
Right? Ridiculous. Okay. Okay, so he went to check out. There's only one lonely register that seemed to be at the edge of the universe.
Oh,
And no one was working it.
Careful.
But I started to walk. I got up to it and I waited and I waited. Finally, when someone was able to check me out, it rang up for $85.99. So I put it back. And then he woke up. He loves his wife $8 worth, but not $85 worth. That's too much.
That's
I
a
get
lot
it, Clint.
for a
I get
card.
it.
And
expensive.
Clint, honestly, I feel like you could probably do a little bit better. I mean, I know it sounds like a beautiful, great card, but I'm not so sure if your wife's going to think the same. So maybe keep it to a normal size and just
maybe
put some really
keep it to
sweet
like
words on.
A $5 card and an $80 gift card to like Sephora.
Yes, let's figure out the correct balance
let's
of
do
this
that.
exchange.
Yeah, that's the better balance.
Yes,
Right.
I agree.
$5 card, nice bottle of wine, and some flowers. $5 card.
Not an $80 card that is taller than I am. Literally, maybe.
It would be taller than you are. Thank you, Clint, for that one.
Yes, Clint, thank you. All right, I have Jenna, and she's from Boston.
Ooh, Boston girl.
Boston. She's a Bostonian.
Boston. I've never been to
It's a
Boston.
cool city.
Mark went to school in Boston, but I've never been.
It's a really cool city. I'd love to go back. I was pretty young when I was there, like 10.
I digress.
Okay. I was working as a substitute teacher for a child's karate class.
Yeah.
I don't know a thing about karate, and I'm also not a teacher. So I was more than a little panicked. I was going to kill time by having each student show me their favorite move, one at a time. Then slowly the lights started to dim into total darkness. When the lights came back on, I was alone. The kids were gone. I stood there for a minute in total shock until the front door opened and the parents were arriving to pick up their kids.
Did she lose the kids?
And then I woke up.
Oh, no.
Could you imagine? But no, isn't it weird? Like the lights did right when the lights come back on, then the parents are arriving like, okay, Johnny, put on
Johnny,
your shoes,
did you make the orange belt today? No, my teacher's an idiot.
No, I just disappeared, Dad.
Get in the car and shut up.
Jenna, that's weird. That's obviously a stress stream too.
Right, but to have two things that you've never done kind of melded together is interesting, I think.
And to fail epically at both.
And even like the idea of keeping children safe under your watch and care.
Didn't.
3 strikes, Jenna. You're out, Jenna.
Sorry, not hiring you to be my babysitter.
Not so good. Not so good.
Not so good, but thank you for sharing.
Yes. Okay, I got a dream story for you next.
Ooh, okay.
So this one comes from Julia. And Julia's from San Diego, California.
Ooh, nice.
This is a shared dream experience I had with my friend.
Oh my God. I'm so excited.
So and I'll just say how this starts. You know, she starts it as like, you know how when you're sleeping and you wake up in your sleep and you think you're awake, but you're still sleeping?
Yeah.
Okay, that's how this dream starts.
Okay.
I had a realistic dream and I woke up. And I realized I was going to be late for school and I was about to miss the bus. I grabbed my backpack and checked the time. It was 8:70 ? The third digit was unreadable. But either way, 8:70.
Either way, that's not a correct time.
It's not a correct time, and it seems like you are late if that's the
You're
time.
either really early or really late. I don't know what 8:70 is.
I panicked and woke up from my dream for real this time.
Okay.
When I arrived at school, I mentioned this dream to my friend who proceeded to look at me and say, she had a dream where she got to school at 8:77. Almost like the same dream, just different places. These dreams happened on the exact same night.
Oh my God, that's awesome.
It's so cool. That. And the time is just like, it's not just that they were both late for school or something, but it's such an obscure
like 8:15. It's a time that doesn't exist.
8:77?
Right. So for them
not in
both
this dimension at least.
Right. For them to both have a time that actually doesn't exist, like be a very clear part of their dream. That's super cool. Super cool.
Julia, that was so cool. Yes. Thank you for sharing that one. That was really neat.
This next one I have is from Caitlin. I'm not sure where she's from, but luckily, Caitlin, it sounds like she was at a spa retreat.
Take me there. That's what I need to get away from my voodoo doll and my stress.
Get away from that voodoo doll. But let's take a listen here first.
Oh, no.
The first day was lovely, everything you'd expect. Then I started hearing murmurings that the place was really evil. And at that very moment, we got herded into this small room. It was dark, but I could tell it was very chaotic. A lot of voices being pushed around, and I could feel people like tugging at my hair and clothes.
I'm not sure what kind of spa treatment this is, but I am out now.
I don't want that one. I'll take the facial and the massage.
Give me the pedicure, the massage, and the facial.
I don't need the dark
I don't need a crowd.
The crowd, dark, like messing with my hair and touching me.
Nope.
Some women were crying, saying, this was the end. I could feel us all being pushed in one direction. And then I was blinded by a huge spotlight as I was now standing center stage in head-to-toe pageant attire.
Okay, I like the pageant part, don't get me wrong. I think that part's cool. I don't like the in-between-y part. Can we just skip over the panic?
Why did it have to be
I could go from spa to pageant. I'm fine with that transition.
You guys, we're just going to do the quick pageant here real quick. So we're just going to like get your hair and makeup done. You don't have to like push us in a crowd in the dark and have no idea what's going on. And of course, it was my turn for the talent portion, but I couldn't remember what to do. Then I woke up. That's a terrible dream, Caitlin.
That is a terrible dream.
That's like a classic, right? Where you're like on stage or doing a speech or presentation
and that reminds me of the past episode we had where there was a talent competition and the dreamer had dressed like Abe Lincoln and was doing a surfing contest as a pageant. So we appreciate it. I'll put a link if you're interested in that episode. I'll put a link in the show notes because that was a doozy. But that whole idea of like coming up with a talent,
right?
Oh,
no,
perfect, Brooke, speaking of which, today we're doing some Ask Us Anythings, and I do have a question that kind of this ties to this, so I'm going to pop in here instead of waiting a little bit.
Oh, okay.
What's your secret talent? And this question comes from Michelle from Idaho.
My secret talent? Oh my God. I'm not a very talented person, but I do...
Like if you got on stage, if you just shuffled out from the spa to an on-stage spotlight of a pageant, what are you doing?
I'm probably chit-chatting with the crowd, seeing who'd buy me a drink. I feel like that's my talent in life. It's like I could sit down anywhere.
Just socializing?
Just social. Can you do that on stage? Be like, hey, what do you have?
I think, yeah, sure.
Oh, hey. I mean, I can get people, this sounds terrible. Not like I'm trying to do it, but be like, hey, I want that bar shirt. Oh yeah, here, I'll buy it for you. Hey, I want to drink. It only takes place in bars. It has no purpose or use in real life, but for some reason I can get
maybe you're just a persuasive person. That's not a bad thing.
But it doesn't happen anywhere outside. It doesn't get me anything useful. I mean, I do have quite a collection of shirts by this point, but it's not really an impressive talent, but I'm dying to know what yours is. It's tough, right?
It is tough. I mean, it couldn't be anything physical at this age of my life. It's not like I'm going to do a gymnastics routine.
Right, you're not going to do a jump or a flip or anything.
I think I would try to improv something maybe. I don't know. When I was a kid, I wanted to be a comedian when I was a kid.
I could totally see that. I could see you getting out there kind of doing a little jig.
I'm just gonna make shit up and just hope people like me enough to clap. I have that's pretty much all I got.
The worst would be you're ta-da, and then it's
crickets.
Nothing. I'll come out behind you and shimmy.
It would be a dual act. Who are we kidding?
It would be a dual act.
Thanks, Michelle, for your question.
Yes, thank you so much, Michelle. That was a good one.
This dream is from Gary, and he's from Miami Gardens, Florida.
Okay.
I had a dream. I was at a party, and it had these giant inflatable slides.
Ooh,
I'm picturing. I totally know what you're talking about. Love it. I was at the top and decided to dive down face first.
Oh.
Next thing I know, I must have woken myself up by hitting my head on the floor because I actually jumped out of bed in real life as well.
Oh, that happens. You got to be careful.
At least sleepwalking gets some interesting stories to tell from Gary.
Gary.
Swan diving off his bed.
Woo!
His wife's like, Gary, you okay?
Yeah, Gary, do you have all your teeth? We've had dreams like that also in the past.
Yes.
I remember talking about one of our very first episodes. I think he was protecting his son in the dream. And there was a gunman and he dove in front of his son, but in real life, he dove out of his bed and hit his face on that. And he was so lucky to not have lost any of his teeth. So that happened. Yeah. That was one of our first episodes, I think. Something like that happened. So, wow.
Yeah, look at us remembering all these beautiful dreams our wonderful besties have submitted. I love this. Top of it, because it's the anniversary show, Brooke.
It is. We're remembering it all. We're receiving it all.
Since I was short and sweet, I have one more short and sweet one, if that's okay. Just slide in next.
Of course.
This one comes from Miguel from Quincy, Illinois.
I don't know why you're laughing already.
I had a dream. Because this is like so random. I had a dream where my alarms on my phone were set, but here's what I wrote in the alarm like description.
Yeah.
9:30, chicken sauce, but not that one. 10:30, chicken sauce, but not that one. 11:30, chicken sauce, but not that one.
What chicken sauce is he looking for?
12:30, Pepsi. 1:30, chicken sauce, but not that one. And that's all I remember from
This
Miguel.
might be my favorite dream. Yes.
Chicken.
Pepsi.
What's with the Pepsi? He's just thinking of chicken sauce and he's getting thirsty.
But not that
He's trying to
one.
remind himself.
What chicken sauce is he looking for?
How many chicken sauces are there? I mean, there are quite a few. I will give you that. If you think about wing sauces,
Oh my God.
unending.
Oh, that was so funny.
I really like that. Speaking of wings, here's a question that's just off the top of my head. Favorite wing sauce?
Oh, garlic parmesan.
Like a wet rub or a wet or a dry rub?
I don't
Boneless
eat
or
wings.
bone-in?
Oh, boneless. I know that goes
Boneless
against
garlic
parmesan. I know, but I will eat bone-in too. I know it goes against most people's feelings, but I don't eat wings in too much in general, but I do like a garlic. I like it. I don't like the hot ones. I like a honey barbecue or garlic parmesan. Do you like them?
Yeah.
Smoking hot.
I like the bone-in and I like the dry rubs because I hate getting my fingers sticky. And
Oh, I like that.
it's just like a, yeah, no, I don't like that
No,
part.
you're like, no.
And so I like a dry rub. So I'll go like an Old Bay or like a lemon pepper.
Wow,
Would probably be
okay.
my two favorites. If I'm going with wet sauce, I'd go like with like a habanero lime or mango habanero or something like that.
So you do like to get the heat up there a little bit.
Just a little bit of heat. Just I'm not a spicy chick, but just a tad bit spicy.
Nah, I can't do it. I can't do any kind of heat.
All right, you going?
I do. Okay, this one's Creepers. Are you ready?
Okay.
Yeah, this is from Callie. When I was a little kid, I had the same recurring dream that I was in the bathtub alone, and a man who I didn't know was wearing a clown mask. And he would start talking to me and say no one was home anymore. And he would have this god-awful smile. Oh, it's so creepy.
Okay. First of all, that's very vulnerable spot to be in.
Yes,
So
and the fact that it's
as a
recurring.
child, this is her dream?
Yes,
Ugh.
and it's recurring. It's recurring. Who is this guy? Okay.
No.
So no one's home. And he would have this god awful smile and would come up to me and start drowning me. As I'm underwater, he would take his mask off and just stare at me smiling. He had such a familiar
Evil.
face. Oh, I know. Oh, okay. He had such a familiar face. I would always call out for my mom and no one would come. Thankfully, I don't have that dream anymore. Kelly.
How do we go from chicken sauce to demented murderous clowns in bathrooms?
But not
I'm
that one.
sorry, friend. That's what we had to go through. But my God, Callie, it's awful.
I tried
don't like that.
to pick one that was more of a transition, but I don't really have anything from chicken sauce.
Boom.
But
Just like all the air out of the balloon. That's awful. That's
Kelly,
terrifying.
The clown mask too, and I don't know why I think it's even creepier that, okay, so he's wearing the clown mask, but then at the end he takes the clown mask off too.
Yeah.
It's still
and he's familiar.
Familiar.
I'd be like worried
so
about like some
creepy.
repressed memories there, you know?
Oh,
like,
exactly. And I'd like to know, like, maybe she did something now that she doesn't have their dream anymore. So hopefully, maybe
I hope so.
something did
I
come
hope
on.
so.
Yeah,
For her sake. Eek.
Yika,
Wow,
yika,
okay.
yika.
Let's see. Well, I've got a funny one.
Go, Please.
I'll keep it light.
Yes.
I'll go back to the lightness side.
Yeah, let's bring it.
So it has a little bit of a Thanksgiving feel, because I asked on some social media if anyone had some Thanksgiving themed dreams, and this is one I got from Michael, and Michael's from Keller, Texas. Okay. I had a dream I went to the bar. The same bar I used to go to about 20 years ago. The specials were on the chalkboard behind the bar, featuring a turkey smoothie.
Oh!
I ordered the turkey smoothie, and the bartender poured it from the tap. The tap handle was a full-sized female mannequin leg. Then I just sat at the bar and drank my turkey smoothie. I'm just imagining this is really chunky.
A full-size mannequin leg. Like, why is it
She's like pulling it.
And you're like, and why? What does that have to do with turkey?
And does it got a lot of foam on it? I don't know. It's on tap.
It's just, in my head, I see it as like this thick gravy, like coming out of
chunky. Little hints of cranberry, but other than that,
gross. Can't even use a straw. It's too thick for a straw.
No. When you get that turkey smoothie mustache afterwards, like chocolate milk. Yeah.
Everyone knows you're cool.
Michael finishes with saying, I stopped drinking 155 days ago. I've heard from a lot of newly sober people that they dream about alcohol. I haven't had a dream about alcohol this whole time, but a turkey smoothie at a bar, I just can't explain it.
Well, you know what? Better the turkey smoothie.
Congratulations on your sobriety. That's really cool. But man,
yes, congratulations.
Interesting on how it manifests itself to a familiar location, a familiar situation. But then like the whole like homey feel of a Thanksgiving turkey, like support. I don't know. I think I could have completely analyzed this one because I think it's an interesting one, but interesting. Wow.
Yeah, this one I think we could have really kind of dove in a little bit deeper because it is really fascinating on lots of levels, but thank you for sharing.
If anyone's serving turkey smoothies tomorrow, we'd love for you to send us a picture and let us know how delicious it was.
What this looks like.
Especially if you pour it out of a mannequin-sized leg tapper.
If you can make that happen, I sense a free T-shirt in your future. Well, I do have another kind of short little funny one, if that's okay.
Perfect, yes.
This is from Kelly. When I was 13, I had a dream that another planet ran into Earth. And during the short time the two planets touched, the cars driving on the freeway inadvertently drove onto the other planet, and the vehicles on that planet came onto Earth.
I love that. I am such a science nerd. I love space. I love science. I love this
Mindy's going to like this.
I do.
I know it's short and sweet, but I'm like,
it's like the planets kissed and they exchanged cars instead of spit.
The planets kissed and had a blended family.
Interesting. I mean, it's really short and sweet, which I think is cool, but wow, what an interesting thing to dream.
And then I wonder what happened, like, that could be the start of like a really interesting story too.
And how do the planets slow down so much as just a kiss? Like, I think that would be like the most terrifying part. Like, it's not, if two planets are coming towards each other, they're probably going to like smash and everyone's going to die in an ice age. But this was like a sweet little, send me your beings and I'll send you mine.
And wonder, like, if they had a gentle, like, you know, like when two rubber balls hit and they kind of like bounce back. And maybe now those people are stuck on their planet and their people are stuck on our planet. And it could be a whole movie.
It's like a planet meet cute.
It is a planet meet cute. I want to hear the rest.
And what kind of car were you driving?
Yes. And that had to be a really nice car to really be able to go planet to planet.
Yeah, speed over there quickly. Yeah,
you got to go fast. You got to
What's the exact impact point? Is it like Highway 20? Is it like, because most of the Earth is covered by oceans, so where exactly
I bet it's bridges.
Yeah, it's interesting. The Golden Gate Bridge and Planet X's Moon Bridge.
Bridge. I speak. I speak gray alien.
Sounded right. I think you're right.
My pronunciation.
Well, you know how there's always that crazy scientist in movies.
You know, they speak
it's
it.
This one right here.
I read it better than I speak it, so I apologize.
All right. I've got one more dream, if you're ready.
Yes.
This one comes from Kate, and Kate's from South Haven, Mississippi.
Okay.
This is another dream story, so
I love dream stories.
Interesting. She tiles this one, Lucid Dreams That Come True.
Ooh.
Okay. It's been years since I've had a lucid dream, but last night I had one of the wildest dreams I've ever had. In my dream, I am driving through my hometown, windows down, music playing, and my boyfriend sitting in the passenger seat.
Right.
We come to a stop at a red light, and all of a sudden, an owl flies into the window and gets caught in my hair.
Oh, no.
After shaking my head, it was like the natural response, like, no, not roosting here. After shaking my head and getting the owl out of the car, we rolled the windows up and continued on my drive to my aunt's house. When we arrive at her house, my boyfriend, my son, and I get out of the car. We are walking to the door when the owl swoops down and lands on my shoulder.
That owl's fast.
I turn... He's really fast. He's just like he's bumming a ride in the back.
Maybe he's just like hanging on with his talons.
Slow down. The speed limit's 55 here. So it flies and lands on Kate's shoulder. And then she says, I turn to look at him. And the owl says to me, I'm here to protect you.
Oh.
I ask the owl, from what? And he replies, someone is coming. Instantly, I get an overwhelming feeling of dread. The owl takes off and flies around my aunt's farm and circles back to me and says, they want to hurt you, but I won't let them.
Oh my gosh.
Talking owls. Interesting.
Yeah, but I like what he has to say.
Right? He's trying to help her. I turn to my son, who's 9 years old, and tell him to run back to the car and lock the doors. My boyfriend and I continue to walk around the farm when someone pulls in front of us on a four-wheeler and starts demanding something.
Oh.
I don't remember what it was at that part of the dream, but out of nowhere, the owl came back, wings spread, and grabbed the man.
Oh.
And then I woke up.
Wow.
Okay, but here's the rest of the story.
Okay.
I didn't give much thought to my dream as it was just a dream. I went about my Christmas shopping and grocery shopping the next day. On the way home, my boyfriend drove, and we were about 20 miles away from home when we got stuck in traffic for about 10 minutes. We still have no idea why there was even a traffic since there wasn't a wreck or a road work going on. But anyways, we were driving up our driveway, about a 4th mile uphill. We were talking about all the white-tailed deer that we've been seeing when my boyfriend slammed on the brakes and said, what was that? There was a huge bird or something. I said, it was probably a turkey. Keep in mind, it's been raining all day. He rolls down the window and says, look, it landed right there. It looks like a hawk. As he pulls up right beside the hawk, it opens its massive wings and flies towards the open car windows and almost flies into the car. I laugh. That's not a hawk. It's a barn owl. I dreamed this was going to happen last night.
Oh my God.
Needless to say, I'm a bit confused on how I should feel about this. My boyfriend thinks I've lost my mind. I'm curious to see if anyone else had something like this happen. Has anyone experienced anything like this sort of premonition before?
Oh my gosh.
And that was from Kate.
Kate, this is a perfect example of why you should admit your dreams and your dream stories. We could connect on here.
That have come true? Oh my God, it's so crazy. Like,
we'd love to hear it
have a dream of an owl flying into your car, and then the next day, an owl flies practically into your car. It's so random. That's so random. And what was he trying to warn you of?
See, this is why we talk. This is why we submit dreams. This is why we listen to each other. It's amazing. That was so interesting, Kate. Thank you.
Yes, thank you. And if you want to be just like Kate, you can go ahead and submit your dream stories to us. And like Brooke said, like we can connect all these weird things. So yeah, she's asking. Kate's wondering, has anyone had something like this premonition before?
Let us know.
She's maybe sensitive. We want to know about it all those dream stories. If you fell out of your bed, you were swan diving off of an inflatable thing in your backyard and you actually are just falling out of your bed, let us know about it, because those are the dream stories that we love to hear.
Yeah.
So send us your dreams, send us your dream stories, and you can do that by emailing REMelations@gmail.com. We're going to say hi to you, and we might read your story or dream on the show.
Absolutely.
That's crazy.
That's
crazy.
That one was crazy. Sorry. Mindy, do you remember how much fun it was when we had our Ask Us Anything at our birthday? It was our birthday episode.
Yes.
Well,
yes, that was fun.
We thought we would do it again with Ask Us Anything or Would You Rather type of questions. And once again, We're open books. Can't wait to hear what you guys ask, and hopefully we give you some good answers.
Yes. Do you have anything to get started with?
Yeah, I do.
Because I know there was some that we didn't even get to last time. So
I know, and I mean, we had so many, but this one was from Jonna from Tucson, and she said, "Would you rather be forced to sing along or dance to every single song you hear?"
I mean, I enjoy dancing.
I would say, why can't we do both?
I know, because usually if I'm dancing, I'm singing along. So I'm trying to think of them as in separate silos here. I think singing would make me less tired. And so if I was forced to do one, I would say sing, because I would not be so exhausted, because I don't know when it's going to end.
Because you listen to a lot of music.
What if it's like a 12-hour dance-a-thon?
That's too much.
That's too many hours to dance.
You'd weigh like 57 pounds. That's not enough.
I'd sweat it all off. Sweat off that turkey. What about you? What would you choose?
That's hard for me too, because it depends on if I'm in one of my dance moods or not. I would probably say sing. Kind of, I guess for the same reason. Dancing, because I listen to a lot of music, so it'd get tiring after a while, but it'd also be hard to hold a job with either, like working with the customer and then song on the radio is playing and you just have to sing.
And why are they forcing us anyways is the question. Like,
yeah, I don't think
what kind of weird creeper kidnapper is this? Dance for me, baby. Sing for me.
I love it. Do you have one?
Yes, I got one here from Dana, and Dana asks, very simply, do you believe in ghosts?
Of course, Dana, yes. 100% I do. And I think Mindy has the same answer, but not only do I believe, we've seen together. We've experienced.
Yes. We've experienced some supernatural happenings, and I definitely think there's more than this realm or life that is tapping into our little space and time. And so absolutely. Yeah. Yes, totally big part of our lives too, also growing up, besides dreams. The other thing we really connected about was supernatural stuff. So yes, bringing it all together. All right, do you have another question for us?
This is another Would You Rather, and it's from Karen in Denver. Would you rather?
Fun, I love these.
I know. That's why I was like, let's do some of these Would You Rathers too, because sometimes they get silly. This one's not a silly one, but would you rather give up air conditioning and heating for the rest of your life, or the internet for the rest of your life?
Why should that be so hard? Like, it's actually making me think. I think here's my reason why.
Okay.
Now, does internet include like cell phones, FaceTime, Zoom?
I would say it would encompass all of that. Okay. That would be my assumption.
Because my family does not live by me. So I think I would rather be able to like see my family, talk to my family, text my family, and not have heat and air. But I mean, we also live in the Midwest, and it gets awfully fucking cold here,
and awfully fucking hot.
I mean, I can deal with heat. The cold is what it might bother me. I mean, then I have to say heat. Now I'm switching my side because I need the heat. It gets freezing here and here, so I don't know how you can not live without heat. So I'm gonna have to say that. Yeah.
We already know you don't allow AC on car trips with your kids. So
no,
we already know you can live without the AC.
I can live without the AC. Heat, I'm not so good with. What's your answer?
I would have to have the AC. I mean, I know AC and heat come as a package deal. But
yeah, they come as a package.
My body literally like shuts down at some points when I get overheated or too much humidity. So it's like I literally will have meltdowns if I don't have that. I mean, yeah, I'm sure I'm going to have meltdowns without the internet too, but not physically.
We lived without it for most of our lives. I'm sure we
we've done it before.
I'm sure we can deal.
We've done it before. Still.
All right. This next one comes from... This is an interesting one. This one comes from Carrie. And Carrie asked, what is an unexpected movie that makes you cry?
Oh. Shit.
Like, what's the last movie that made you cry?
Clerks 3. That's the one I just went down to Iowa City for and saw live with Kevin Smith.
Yes, let's hear the story. Oh my gosh. So I know this. Yes, you gotta tell it. I mean, I haven't heard the details. I know you were going to see Kevin Smith.
Yeah, Kevin Smith live. I went with my brother. It was so much fun. We were front row. He comes out and he does
This is like a meet and greet, or was it a premiere, or what? Like, what was
he's doing a tour for this third final movie of the Clerks series.
Okay,
so
got it.
You're gonna have to really keep me focused here because I could talk about this for the next 7 episodes.
I'll ring the bell. Okay, if you hear this, it means it's time to move on to the next subject.
Okay, so he comes out. He's amazing. He's so personal. He's like a man of the people, you know. He just connects to his audience. We watched the movie, and then he comes out for a Q&A. And then my brother had bought passes for the VIP, so I had to go back to the car and wait while Brett got to go back there and meet him and talk to him. And I was like so excited for him. But as soon as the movie was over, I was bawling out of happiness, out of sadness. Oh. He moved me in such a way. He brought the 3 movies together perfectly that when they opened the Q&A, I just jumped up and ran over to one of the microphones. And I didn't even know what I was going to ask. I was just like, I needed to say something. And I was 4th, so there was 2 people on this side and 2 people on this side.
Okay, so you had a little time to think about it, which is good. Yeah.
Yeah, and so as he was talking about he actually bought his local movie theater he went to growing up in New Jersey, and he's made it like this whole new thing, and he's all kinds of events there.
That's cool.
And they have these races up and down the aisles. And on one of his podcasts, I'll say his Smodcast, which is a very, very important podcast for me as well, he measures things in Jawses, which, you know, I love, like how long a shark is. Like in the movie Jaws, their great whites aren't that big, but they say 25. And so when I got to the front, I was going to be like, how many Jawses are the aisles in your movie theater? You know, just bringing up something he had just mentioned.
Something funny. Yes.
So everybody went, and this is why I'm telling you, give me my little like tappy, because I start seeing this woman on the side of the theater, and she's like holding up a sign and it says 15. And I'm going, fuck, if there's only 15 minutes left, I'm never going to get to ask my question, because his answers are like 30 minutes long each. But you don't care because they're poetic and they're amazing. Yes. But then I see another one and it says 20 and it's like 25. And I'm like, they're going up. I'm like, why are the numbers going
weird.
Up?
Yeah.
And then he comes out, he's finally like, this is my Wrangler. She tells me not how much time is left, but how much time he has already gone over the allotted amount of time. So not just, hey, you're 45 minutes into your Q&A. It's you're 45 minutes over.
That's funny.
So I'm going, oh my God. And the last one she holds up, it just said, shut the fuck up or stop fucking talking. And he goes, I have to go. That's the one. And I was up next. I was like, oh no. But it was such a bummer.
Damn shame.
But the good news is that Brett did have an amazing time meeting him. And he was a good enough brother that he asked my question for him anyway, because he said, my sister was next up at the mic to ask you a question and ran out of time. So he said he laughed at it. So
and what was the answer?
Oh, he just laughed. He's like, oh, gotta be at least 5.
That's awesome. That is very cool. It sounds like he's just like a nice all around guy that really loves what he does in his fans. So he does. So cool.
Yeah, it is. It was a wonderful experience. And thank you for letting me share.
And so do we have to hashtag, Brooke?
We certainly do. And with one of my favorite hashtags of all time, hashtag, what is Kevin Smith dream?
Woo, yes. Hey, now that we've met him, Brett has met him, we're that much closer. We're that much closer.
I should have had him sneak him like a little business card, like when they shook hands. Do that old trick. Why didn't he know? Why he should have known?
The meet and greet. There's one question I would ask a celebrity is, what do you dream? He's no longer getting a t-shirt. I'm sorry. Brett, you're off my merch list.
Oh, no.
Unless Kevin Smith really answers, and then you're back on.
He might.
Love it. That's a great story. I'm so glad you shared that. I've been waiting for like a couple weeks to hear this because we don't tell these things to each other, even though we want to, because we like to share them with our bestie at the same time. So, yeah.
Yeah. Like I said, I could go on all night.
So that's the last movie that made you cry.
That is. And it was in the most beautiful way. Like the emotion literally brought me out of my seat to a microphone, and I had no idea why.
That's awesome. Well, my answer's not as exciting as yours.
Oh, well, that's okay.
It was the movie Frozen. Because it was about sisters, and I have sisters, and I know the love you have for your sister, and so I think that was probably the last movie in the movie theater I cried at was Frozen.
Oh my God. Well, it is a movie you cry at, I think, isn't it?
It's all about sisters and love and what you do for your sister. So, yeah. All right. To move on, do you want to do like a couple more each?
Yeah, let's do a couple more each.
Okay.
So I don't this would be easy for me, but let's see what you think. This is from Lana, and she is from Kansas.
Okay.
Said, would you rather give up cursing forever or give up ice cream for 12 years?
That's so funny because I really don't care enough about either of them.
I would totally be fine without ice cream. Cursing, not so much.
I'd be fine without ice cream, but I really don't. Other than this podcast, I really don't swear that much because I have kids and I'm just used to not swearing.
This podcast.
Although my parents do tell me, Mindy, we love your podcast, but there's one thing that you need to work on. It's just swearing and how much you swear on this podcast. I go, I know, Mom and Dad.
Did I get in trouble too then, probably?
Yes, because you were... Yes, okay. You are the same boat. You're a child of theirs. Yeah, you're part of it. We're both in trouble. We're not allowed to go out 2 nights in one weekend. We can only go out 1 night. So, yeah, I would say ice cream. I could, do without. It's fine. But if I had to choose. All right. Okay, this is a good one. Ben from Ohio asks, what is the most played artist on your music app? You know how they do those like end of year wrap ups? What does yours usually say?
It usually says Oasis. And I'm not going to lie, because also just sometimes I just like will need to hear Oasis straight for like 2 days and to get satiated sometimes. I don't know.
Yeah.
It has to. I mean, those are my boys. Those are my boys. Yeah. I mean, I have them tattooed on my body. Brett and I have matching tattoos because they are brothers that have a tempestuous relationship as well as my brother and I do. So
Yes.
it only makes sense. They
does.
fall into my lives at random times, good and bad times. They've been there for me.
It's always
I
nice
feel
when
like
artist kind of follows you throughout your life, though. It's good.
it really does. And it could mean different things now than it did then. But how about you? What's ranking the top of the charts?
Always Jimmy Buffett. But I think
see, we're such creatures of habit, aren't we?
I know, right? Because it's like my Sunday music morning, like making breakfast, put some Jimmy Buffett on. Yeah, but I think this year I might have a contender.
Ooh.
I've been playing a lot of Taylor Swift. So, and her new album. So,
God.
okay, now we're gonna have to go on this tangent here because,
oh my
Bestie,
God, I've been dying.
If you remember last week, I was saying how, and actually while we were on the podcast, got a pre-sale code to Nashville, right? And so now here's part 2 of the saga. And if you, unless you've lived under a rock, you know about this whole debacle of tickets. Brooke, I'm sure you've heard.
I have, but I've been dying to hear your part of it, and I haven't been able to hear it till now.
Again, we keep these things just keep them to ourselves so we share with our bestie. Yeah. This was, I think, was it Tuesday morning? I don't even remember. Whatever the pre-sale day was. Tuesday morning.
This was last Tuesday, right? Yeah.
Yeah, this last Tuesday. I get on. I get in at 10 o'clock. I get in, or 9:30. Tickets go on sale at 10. I get on the queue at 9:30. Waiting. As soon as 10 o'clock hits, it's like, we'll put you in the queue. Great, I'm in the queue. I'm like 2,000 plus in this queue. And it's one for that specific concert. So it was May 6th and in Nashville. So when you get accepted for a verified fan pre-sale, it is for a specific show. So it's not like I can take that code and go to Texas. So I'm waiting and I'm watching. This is the best thing I did. I was watching TikTok lives. I was watching other people on TikTok live. And from that, I learned that if you look at source code on the HTML page, which I have enough technical savvy, whatever, I know what it meant, you can see what number you are in the queue by looking at the HTML. So I click and I find out I'm like 29,000th in the queue. I'm like, well, that sounds like a lot.
It sure does.
I know the stadium probably holds like 68,000 all together, like for a football game, not even like counting like concert seating. So I'm like, well, that sucks. So about an hour waiting in this queue. I've got a hair appointment for 11 a.m. And so I'm supposed to get like a color done. So I text my hairdresser at 10:30 and I'm like, I'm still in this queue for Ticketmaster. I'm like, I don't think I'm going to make my hair appointment. I'm so sorry. Like, let me know if there's a cancellation fee. I totally understand this is last minute. And she goes, I've got like an appointment for 3:30. If you want to move there, that's fine. I'm like, great. I should be out of here by 3:30. So I just sit there and wait. And I'm just like watching this TikTok lives. I literally soaked my whole day up. I did no work. I did nothing. I sat on my computer all day. So Ticketmaster, then I want to pause. So that was like the big controversy. So like as soon as things started going to shit, Ticketmaster paused all the queues. So it said like your queue's paused. And so like Chicago was paused, Minneapolis, Nashville, Georgia, like all these like cities were paused. And that lasted about 3 hours. And so then I'm just leaving up my screen because you don't want to shut that screen down because you're going to lose your place in the queue, right? It says do not shut this down.
This is crazy.
And so I'm waiting. And so finally the queue opens again. I'm watching all these TikTok lives. I'm going through it with my peeps, right? We are in this together. And the queue reopens and then it's like taking longer. So it's like finally maybe like 4 o'clock in the evening. So this is how many hours in? Like 6 hours into this ordeal.
You missed your other hair appointment now too.
Oh yeah. So that's the point. So at 2:30, I'm like, I'm not going to make this 3:30 hair appointment. Again, I will pay you. I'm sorry, I canceled.
A double cancellation fee.
I am the worst person, and I'm a small business owner too. So I get it. I will pay the fee. No problem. But she's like, I can get you in on Friday. I'm like, hopefully I'll be there by Friday. So I sat there for 6 hours, and then all of a sudden, like the line started picking up. I get in. So I'm like, great, I'm in, and I see all these like tickets. It's all blue, and I'm like, beautiful. Click on one. It's like. It says, someone beat you to this ticket. I'm like, okay. Click on another spot. And I have to get 5 tickets. I got me and my 4 daughters that are planning on going. Click on another ticket. That someone already beat you to this one. Click on another ticket. Someone beat you to this one. Click on another ticket. You are now logged out. You have to log in. I'm like, I'm not logged out because it says my name in the corner. Like, I'm logged in.
Right.
And I click on another one. Someone beat you this ticket. I click on another one. It's an error code. And then I get kicked out completely. And I was like, what the fuck? God. I just sat here for 6 hours. Now I'm clicked out. Get back in the queue. 30 minutes later, I'm back in. Still blue spots to get tickets. I'm like, great. Click, click, click. Cannot. Clicked out again. Got back in the queue for the 3rd time. Like, it's like ongoing. Kicked out, got kicked in, kicked out, kicked in.
I don't know how you did this.
I'm like, I am a determined mom.
Yes,
this is my kid's Christmas gift if I can do it, right? So I get back in, and if there's anything I've learned from many years of buying Jimmy Buffett tickets, it was never give up. And tickets will get released, and sometimes they'll release more, and sometimes they'll just people who have bad cards or carts or whatever, they'll like get back in there. So 5:30. Now I'm how many hours into this? I started at 9:30. By the time 7 hours, 8 hours, I don't know. I lost track of time. I get back in, and I've got to go pick up my kids. So I'm like, it's now or never. If I don't get tickets this time, whatever. I'm going to have to get them another Christmas gift. It's fine. I'm clicking. Nothing. I finally got 5 tickets. I'm like, and it took me to the checkout. I'm like, oh my God. I'm in the checkout. So I put my card in, hit submit, declined. Like, what the fuck? There's money on my card. Like, it's my debit card. Like, there's money in the bank.
Yeah.
And I can't figure out why. And it's like, it holds it for 15 minutes. I'm like, okay, what the hell? And so I'm trying to get it to fix. I try my other debit card, my other account. No, it doesn't work.
No.
Fucking my Chase bank flagged it as being suspicious and declined my transactions. And so now I got to call Chase while I've got like these. So the tickets go. They're gone. I'm back into square zero. Square one, whatever. I'm all the way kicked back out. One more time. I get in, get the tickets, get in my cart. I have Chase. Get that. Yes, this is me. I'm paying Ticketmaster some money. I've got the worst seats in the stadium. Well, maybe not the worst. The second section to worst seats in the stadium. 5 tickets in a row, but I'm going for it, right? We're kind of behind the stage, but we got tickets.
And they're together. Okay.
$49 a piece.
That's
is incredibly cheap. Yeah. I mean, that was like that's what she was starting at, $49. And then I got them and I was in shock. And I Snapchatted my kids. I said, Merry Swift, miss. We're going to Taylor Swift in May.
Oh, yay.
And so they were all excited. And then they canceled the general sale completely.
Entirely. Yeah.
I mean, it was awful. I mean, I feel so bad for people who were just trying to get and they didn't get like a pre-sale. We've got tickets. And here's the insane thing. So this is Nashville. I started looking for hotels. Like anything around like Broadway was like $1,000 a night. I'm like, I'm not that rich. This podcast has not taken off that far yet. And so
hint.
I was like, so the next day I spent all day trying to find hotels and figure that out, which I did for $200 a night, which is a lot better. Just have to drive a bit farther. Yeah. But then I was looking on StubHub just out of curiosity, like, what are our tickets going for? Restricted view. Like, we're behind the stage. And granted, she's got, like, a stage that she kind of, like, walks out on a runway. And there's, like, Megatrons. And my kids are, like, we're just happy we're there. We don't care, like, because there's people who don't have tickets at all. We're just happy we're going. We don't care. We're happy. Yeah. My section for, like, 4 tickets together is going for, like, $700 a piece. For my
you need to sell those
$45 tickets. Yeah, I know I could. I'd be a rich woman, but no, we won't. We're going to go.
Wow.
We're very excited.
That's amazing.
My kids are so cute. They're adorable. They are already coordinating outfits because it's the Eras tour. So we're each dressing like a different album or era of Taylor.
Oh, boy.
And they would understand if I had not gotten tickets. They would have completely understood. Completely. Yeah. But it was the fact that they're just ecstatic to go. So, and I feel bad for all the Swifties out there who didn't get tickets. I'm sorry. I'll send you some pictures.
But it will be fun, too, because it'll be another road trip for you, too. It's not just like you're going in Chicago, you're going to have another little girls trip. involved in it too.
Yes, it'll be fun.
It will be fun.
Do you want to wrap up with like one more question each? I know that question took me in a very, very long sidebar, but
okay, here's one. This is from Bruce, and I'm not sure what city Bruce is from, but he says,
I love the name Bruce.
I do too. I don't know why. It sounds
I don't know. I just
fun.
love the name.
Bruce. Oh, I
think of Bruce Willis. Hell yeah.
Well, this Bruce says, would you rather know when you're going to die or how you're going to die? This got deep tonight.
That's neither. I would rather know when, probably.
Just to prepare.
Yeah. Because, like, what if they come back and they're like, you'll be 89? And then I know it's going to be old age. If they come back and say 42 and 3 months, I'm going to be like, well, fuck, I'm going to get in a car accident tomorrow.
Yeah.
I can kind of deduct the second part.
But it's tricky. It's like, you never know. There's a million ways to go. I guess I'd kind of want to know when. Because if I knew the how and it was something
similar.
If I knew the how and it was something horrible, I would just be scared the rest of my life. I wouldn't do anything.
What if this was like a car crash and you're like, I wouldn't want to drive a car ever.
Right. Yeah, like, no, it would scare me from living my life. So I guess I would choose when.
Yeah, agreed.
Got some downers tonight, but very existential. Still making us think. Making us think, yeah. Okay.
I like those would you rathers. Keep them coming.
Would you rathers?
Bestie.
Yeah, I like those. I like those too.
If you're enjoying today's show, we want you to do us a favor. If you've laughed at all, just a little, if you got thinking about which would you rathers, we want you to do us a favor, and we want you to head on over to REMelations.com/support and give us a little feedback, whether it's just liking our social media, sending us a dream, or joining our sleepover squad. That is where the cool kids hang out. That's where you get extra content, you get extra dreams, you get some swag, fun stuff like that. So why don't you head over to REMelations.com/support. We love each and every one of you who takes the time to do that. So thank you.
Thank you.
Speaking of the sleepover squad.
What?
I would like to share some news with you, Brooke. So I have to preface this a little bit for our bestie who
got me on the edge of my seat.
So we have these like podcast meetings where you and I will we text back and forth practically every day these days. And we're talking about the podcast, talk about life. Last time I was in town, we were talking about a podcast called Marked Safe. Yes. And if you don't know, it's a disaster podcast where they talk about all types of disasters from, amusement parks. Bad, like amusement rides, not good. Plane crashes, floods,
natural disasters,
everything. Yes. Fires. It's just marked safe. It's a great podcast. And two amazing women are the hosts of that podcast, Brianne and Melanie. And we were just talking about how we felt there was a little bit of audience crossover. People who like true crime or disasters might also like dreams, and often disasters happen in dreams. And so we were going to reach out to them about possibly doing a collaboration. When all of a sudden in my inbox yesterday, the host of Marked Safe, Melanie, joined our sleepover squad.
Shut up! Oh my God! Welcome, Bessie.
Right?
Welcome. What are the
Melanie,
odds?
Thank you. I mean,
wow.
Incredible.
Wow.
And I'm like fangirling over here because I love their podcast. I am so fangirling.
I mean,
like,
we were
God,
literally just coming up with ideas of what to send to say and talk to you guys.
Because we couldn't even we were so starstruck by them. We're like, I don't even know how we're going to contact them. We don't even know what to say because we like their podcast. They're so cool. And here we are. And Melanie reached out and she joined our sleepover squad. So thank you to those amazing girls, and especially Melanie.
God. Welcome.
And she says she's got some amazing reoccurring dreams that I'm dying to hear about. So thank you.
I cannot wait. Oh,
If you want to check out their podcast, we are putting a link in our show notes so you can check them out. Because trust me, bestie, you need another podcast on your playlist. This is the one you want to listen to.
A+. Well, it was another fun episode hearing from you, of course, Mindy. But also, thank you.
It's our 1 year.
1 year party. I mean, I can't believe it. Can't believe it. And thank you to everyone who was part of that by submitting your catnaps, and also to everyone who submitted the questions for us. We had a blast.
Some
we'll
good
do that.
questions.
Yeah, good questions. I think we'll keep doing that, doing that for special episodes and whatnot. So yay. Thank you so much, you guys. Thank you for being with us for a year.
All right, bestie, that wraps up 1 year. We're going to be back again next week and the week after that and the week after that. We're kind of enjoying doing this, so stay tuned. But until next time, sweet dreams, bitches.